Find out tonight at 6. But now on BBC Two, here's Nick Knowles.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen, 4 contestants will be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here to play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the minimum age of a UK MP is 18, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistake. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hi, I'm Nicolette. I'm a community arts worker. I'm from Glasgow, and this is my first game.
Hi, I'm Hilary. I'm a school secretary from Wimborne in Dorset, and this is my second game.
I'm Guy, I'm a web producer from South London, and this is my third game.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm retired now from Poulton-le-File near Blackpool, and this is my 6th game.
Welcome to you all, as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Nicolette, it's you that's been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Nicolette, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
Straight in, straight out.
Yep.
Mike's sort of taken root there as the longest-serving usual suspect. What do you make of him?
Very knowledgeable, I think, you know, but can't know everything. Okay?
No, you can't know everything. OK, well, Nicolette, it's now you versus the usual suspects. Very briefly, they were your teammates. Now they're your deadly enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody won the last game, so the prize fund currently stands at £2,000. So what would you be spending it on if you walk out of here with it today?
I would be setting up my own arts company that provides workshops for adults and children with disabilities.
All right, well, look, best of luck. We hope you do well. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects, that's them up there, will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final much harder for you.
Yep.
More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio. And away they go. Nicolette, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Okay, yes.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements you'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds, and once you've given your answer, it'll be locked in. You ready?
Yep.
Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. The Northern Hemisphere's longest day is in July.
I say that's true.
True. The Crucible is a play by Arthur Miller.
It's definitely true. I've acted in that before.
True. Thomas Chippendale is best known for his pottery.
I'll say that's true as well, actually.
True. And finally, the nectarine is a type of peach.
I'm going to say that's true as well.
True.
Yep.
And with loads of time still to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Was it a good round for you?
It just seems strange when you've got all trues. You think, oh, could it be? But wait
Got
and
to happen
see.
at some
Wait
stage,
and see,
doesn't it?
I know.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects. These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Nicolette's answers. Mike, how do you think she's done?
A is false, because I think that should be June, and C should be furniture.
Nicolette, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Just 2 of the 4, Nicolette. Unfortunately, you didn't manage perfection. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Nicolette's answers. You need to change 2 of them. But which 2?
Well, I think we know which 2, don't we?
Which 2?
Yeah,
A
I mean,
and
I'm
C.
certainly C is wrong.
Yeah, and A.
So, we're changing
A, Nick.
A changes from true to false.
And C.
C changes from true to false, leaving B and D as Nicolette first answered. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. The Northern Hemisphere's longest day is in July. True or false? It is false. On or around the 21st of June. The Crucible is a play by Arthur Miller. True or false? It's true, but then you said you knew that. You've actually acted in it. Thomas Chippendale is best known for his pottery. Is that true or false? It is false. He was a cabinet maker. Does it sort of make sense there?
I knew afterwards. Do you mean, like, oh, just
yeah, but when you say here under the spotlight, you know, with the time pressure on. And finally, the nectarine, you know where this is going now, don't you, usual suspects? The nectarine is a type of peach. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Oh dear, Nicolette, they have managed to succeed where you failed, and as a result, they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Nicolette's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final, and here's how. Nicolette, this appearing is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement, and you'll need to answer correctly all 6 to win the prize fund, so you need perfect play. Here are your final round categories, ranging through nursery rhymes, board games, Dutchman, artists, broadcasting, etc., etc. So, usual suspects, which 2 would you like Nicolette to play in the final?
Dutchman. What do you think of Dutchman?
Dutchman?
I think I like that.
It just seems obscure.
It's very obscure. Yeah, should we say Dutchman?
Yeah, that sounds good.
OK, so Dutchman goes across.
What do you think about Tintin?
Tintin, yeah, but I think it's a good thing to go.
Shall we?
Tintin, Nick.
Lovely. Tintin goes across and becomes the second. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. It's time to switch you off, but we'll see you in round 2. Bye. Nicolette, with the usual suspects gone, what do you think of their choices? Dutchman?
They've picked the 2 that probably are my worst ones there.
Really? And
yeah.
Tintin?
Yeah, no. All the other ones, actually, I'd probably be fine with.
All right. Nicolette, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. 2 out of 4 last time. You need 4 out of 4 this time.
Yep.
OK, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Darts champion Ted Hankey's nickname is the Count.
I'm going to say that one's true.
True. Elizabeth I ruled during the Battle of Trafalgar.
I'm going to say that one is false.
False. B.A. Robertson was a character in TV's The A-Team.
Definitely false.
False. And finally, giraffes have horns.
That's false.
False. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Hello, usual suspects.
Hello. Hi.
These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Nicolette's answers. Guy, how's she done this time?
I think she's done well. I think giraffes might have horns, though, as regards D.
Right, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Ooh, perfection's what you needed, and it's what you failed to achieve. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Nicolette's answers. You need to change 1, but which one?
What do you both know about A and B? Because I don't know anything.
Neither do I, but I think you could be right about giraffes and their horns. I think they've got little tiny ones.
They're stumpy, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we're going for D, then.
Should we go for D?
Yeah,
for the giraffe?
We're going for D being true, Nick.
OK, D changes from false to true, thus leaving A, B and C as Nicolette originally answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Darts champion Ted Hankey's nickname is the Count. Is that true or false? It is true. Moving on, Elizabeth I ruled during the Battle of Trafalgar. True or false? Absolutely false, of course. The Battle of Trafalgar was more than 200 years after Elizabeth I ruled. B.A. Robertson was a character in TV's The A-Team. True or false? It is, of course, false. The character you're looking for is B.A. Baracus. B.A. Robertson is a Scottish songwriter. So you know where this is going now, don't you?
Yep.
Giraffes have horns. True or false? Yep, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. There's a lot of love in the room for Guy there, obviously. Oh dear, Nicolette. The usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen the round again. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Nicolette's chances of winning the prize fund of £2,000 much harder. Let's see the final board. Which two would you like Nicolette to play in the final?
What do you reckon to American food? Do you think she's been to America?
American food, then.
OK, yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, American food.
Lovely,
Nick?
American food goes across, thank you.
What about flags?
Yeah, that
could
could
get a
be.
really difficult
Yeah.
one.
Well,
couldn't
yeah,
you?
yeah, you could. Flags, Nick.
Thank you. Flags goes across too. Congratulations, usual suspects. You're on fire
Thanks.
at the moment. It's time to switch you off, though, and we'll see you in round 3. Cheerio. And away they go. Nicolette, with the usual suspects gone, ready to play the next round?
Yes, I am.
Really good. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. In weaving, the weft is threaded through the warp.
Gonna say that's true.
True. The Last Battle is a Narnia book by C.S. Lewis.
I'll say that's false.
False. The common cold is caused by bacteria.
That's false.
False. And finally, Peter Mandelson was MP for Hartlepool.
Gonna say that one's true.
True. And again, with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Good, bad, indifferent? Not sure?
Indifferent again, yeah.
Tell you what, before we reveal how well you've done, shall we ask the usual suspects? So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Nicolette's answers. Mike, how's she done?
Well, I have a feeling the answer to B is true, actually.
Right. Nicolette, it's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. 3 out of 4 again. Once again, Nicolette, not quite perfection, and perfection is what we require. Usual suspects, can you steal this round too? You can see Nicolette's answers. You need to change one. Which one?
I think it's B then.
Well, C's definitely, she's got that right, because it's a virus, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not a bacteria. We'll go for B.
B, Nick, we think it's true.
B changes from false to true, leaving A, C and D as Nicolette first answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. In weaving, the weft is threaded through the warp. True or false? It's true. The Last Battle is a Narnia book by C.S. Lewis. True or false? It's true. The common cold is caused by bacteria. True or false? False. It is caused by a virus. And finally, Peter Mandelson was MP for Hartlepool. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection again. Tough on you, Nicolette.
I know,
The usual
I know.
suspects have succeeded where you failed again, and they've stolen the round again. Let's take a look at the finals board. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Nicolette's chances of winning the prize fund that much harder. Which 2 do you want? Which 2 do you think will trip her up?
Be scandalous.
Oh, I like scandals.
Yeah, but would she like scandals?
I think they'll be quite historical.
Yeah,
like
so do
famous
I.
scandals,
Yeah,
like
scandals.
the seven-
Well,
Scandals, Nick.
Thank you. Scandals goes across to be the penultimate subject, and you need one more.
OK,
Well,
so
what
what about
about-
artists or currency?
Currency. And currency, Nick, for the final category.
Lovely, thank you very much. Currency goes in. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Dutchman, Tintin, American food, flags, scandals, and currency. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. And away they go. So what do you make of those last 6, then?
Not great, but I'll give it my best shot.
Yeah, of course, that's the way to go at it. Time to play the final. Nicolette, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you'll be leaving with a prize fund of £2,000. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
It does, sounds lovely.
If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which doesn't sound quite so nice.
Nope.
No, but it will be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £3,000 on the next game. You ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Good. Let's play the final round. Right, eyes down and concentrate, Nicolette. Here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £2,000. Think carefully. There is no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. You ready?
Yep.
OK. Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Dutchman. Jean de Bont was a famous 17th century explorer.
I'm going to say that one is true, and just because his name sounds Dutch, but...
True.
True.
Tintin. Tintin's dog Snowy is known as Woofy in France.
I'm going to say that one's true.
True.
Yeah.
American food. Gumbo is a type of stew or thick soup.
I'm going to say that one's true. Yep.
True.
Yes.
Flags. The South African flag includes red, white and blue.
Can't for the life of me think of the colours. I'm going to say that one's false.
False. Scandals. The Watergate scandal is named after a US senator.
I'm going to say that one's true.
True. And finally, currency. The euro is legal currency in Germany.
True as well? I'm
True.
not sure.
Thank you, Nicolette. Those answers are locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you worried about?
The South African flag and the euro. I know it sounds daft, but...
OK, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Nicolette's answers. And Nicolette, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Nicolette has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Nicolette, who would you like to hear from first?
I'd like to hear from Hilary first, please.
Hi, Nicolette.
Hi.
I know for sure that you've got 2 wrong, but I'm very uncertain about the others and I really couldn't help you with them. I'm sorry.
OK.
Who next?
I'll go to Mike next.
Well, I know that you've definitely got 2 wrong, and I'm not sure about another one. And because of that, I don't feel able to help you out, I'm afraid.
I'll go to Guy next then.
What do you think, Guy?
There's only one question on there that I know is definitely wrong, which makes me even less knowledgeable than these 2. And there's just too many that I'm iffy on, so I'm not going to be able to...
OK. And you'd quite like the money to build up a bit?
Yeah, that's a big part of it as well, although I hope Nicolette finds the money for her art thing.
I'm afraid that's it. Negotiations are over. None of the usual suspects are willing to help, so you're on your own. £2,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. OK. Jan de Bont was a famous 17th century explorer. You said true because he sounded Dutch. So, is it true or false? We want it to turn green for you, get you off to a good start. True or false? Oh dear, it's false, I'm afraid. He's actually a filmmaker.
Is he? OK.
Directed Speed, if you saw that one,
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
Twister. No, I'm afraid, explorer in the 17th century, he definitely wasn't. What a shame. I'm afraid, Nicolette, that you have failed to achieve perfection, therefore you're going home with no cash at all. How have you done at home? Are you still on for perfection? Let's find out for you, shall we? Tintin's dog Snowy is known as Woofy in France. Is that true or false? That's false as well. He's called Milou.
Is he? Oh.
Moving on to gumbo. You were more confident about this one, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
You smiled when this came up.
Yeah.
Gumbo is a type of stew or thick
Love
soup.
my food.
Is that true or false? It's true. They say a really good gumbo, you must never clean the pot out. You just got to keep adding ingredients that it's spooting out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what they say about gumbo. OK. The South African flag includes red, white and blue. You said false? It's true. The Watergate scandal is named after a US senator. You went for true. Is it true or false? False, I'm afraid. It's named after the Watergate building.
Oh, right.
Which was caught up in the scandal. So,
Right.
the euro is legal currency in Germany. Is that true or false? You said true. It's true.
Yay.
There you go. 2 out of 6. Not so bad after all, was it? I'm afraid it wasn't the best of rounds. They weren't the best of questions. You did your best with them, but you're not going to go home with any cash. Usual suspects. Good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £3,000. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. Nicolette, I'm afraid you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing at all, other than our thanks, our love, and a round of applause for saying what a great contestant you've been. Thank you very much, Nicolette. Right. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Martin. I'm a firefighter and I'm from Preston.
Welcome, Martin. Welcome to the game. Best of luck to you all as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Martin, it is you. You've been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Martin, welcome to the show. We mentioned that you're a fireman. It's fantastic work that you do, risking your life regularly to help people out.
That's correct.
Fascinating work as well, isn't it? Because it's not just running in and out of fires now either.
No, there's plenty. There's waterside rescues, rope rescues.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
A lot of training these days as well.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Got to keep fit.
Yeah. There's a fitness test you have to do every year, so you've got to keep yourself in shape. Which
Well, I'll tell you what, the rest of us are very pleased that people like you are around to come and help us out when we get into trouble. Martin, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates, now they're your enemies. Here's the good news, as nobody has won the past 2 games, the prize fund currently stands at £3,000. So, that's a decent chunk of money. What would you do with it if you won it?
It is, I'd probably try and treat myself to a new bit of a sporty car and show off to the lads that are worth coming on.
Right, well, good luck. I hope you do very well. Right, there are 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything, but as soon as Martin makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Cheerio, and away they go. Martin, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. Light, sweet, crude is a type of oil.
Right, so it's a olive oil. I'm going to say true.
True. Javine Hilton was an original member of Girls Aloud.
False.
False.
Yeah.
Restaurant critic Egon Ronay was born in Hungary.
Egon was born in Hungary. Again, I'm going to say false.
False. And London is further north than New York.
Yeah, I'm going to go true on that.
True. And you manage your time very well. There's a little left, but you've answered all 4 statements. Did that feel like a good round to you?
Not really, no.
No?
No, yeah.
Which one are you worried about?
London, New York, I'm not too sure.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, before we reveal how well you've done exactly, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Martin's answers. Hillary, has he done well?
Yes, I think he has, Nick. I think they are all very good. I think that is perfection.
Mike?
I think he may have perfection, although I've got my doubts about D, really.
OK. Martin, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Ooh, close, but close isn't good enough. Martin, unfortunately, you haven't achieved perfection. No. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Martin's answers. You need to change just one of them. Which one?
Javine Hilton was not in Girls Aloud, so he's got that right.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
So
I
it
think
must be...
A's right.
A's right.
Yeah.
D is
right.
right. London is further north than New York.
It is, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
So it's got to be C then.
C, Egon Ronay. It's kind of...
Should we go from Egon Ronay?
Yeah.
It's got a Hungarian twang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK,
Go for that
answer?
then, Mike.
C.
C, you're changing C from false to true.
That's right, Nick.
Leaving A, B and D as Martin originally answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Light sweet crude is a type of oil. Is that true or false? It's true. In fact, it's pretty much the industry standard for oil. Javine Hilton was an original member of Girls Aloud. Is that true or false? It is false. She was eliminated in the final of Pop Stars The Rivals, which was, of course, the programme that created Girls Aloud. Restaurant critic Egon Rone was born in Hungary. Is that true or false? Yep, it's actually true. Emigrated to the UK in 1946. So, you know where this is going, don't you? London is further north than New York. Is that true or false? It is true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection.
Well done.
There's high fives and weird handshakes and knuckles going on over there. Martin, I'm afraid they've managed to succeed where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Martin's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. And here's how. Martin, here are your final round categories appearing, running through general elections, Napoleonic Wars, children's books, textiles, and lots of others in between. Because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the two categories, hoping to make the final harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which two do you think are going to trip Martin up in the final?
I don't like the sound of the Napoleonic Wars, do you?
It's a long time ago now. Come on.
Well, no, I think we should put that in.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
so
should
that was
go.
going across, is it?
Yeah, Napoleonic Wars, Nick.
Thank you. Napoleonic Wars goes across into the final. And one more, please.
I'm thinking textiles.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
men know much about textiles.
Yeah, textiles, Nick.
Textiles, thank you very much. That also goes across into the final. Well done, usual suspects. You won the first round. Time to switch you off and we'll see you in round two.
Bye.
Martin, with the usual suspects gone, what do you think of their choices? Napoleonic Wars?
Nightmare.
Textiles, though, I mean, you have to know a bit about various...
Yeah, a bit.
OK, Martin, it's only the first round. You still have two more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. You ready for the next round?
I certainly am, yeah.
Let's play round two. Your 45 seconds starts now. New Street is Manchester's main railway station.
False.
False. Paul Daniels married his assistant, Debbie Gibson.
That's false. It was Debbie McGee, so that's false.
False. National Hunt jockeys must weigh at least 10 stone.
National Hunt, 10 stone. I'm saying again, that's false.
False. And finally, royal jelly is a substance produced by queen bees.
Royal jelly, queen bees. Royal jelly, that is true.
True. Thank you. And with time to spare, you've answered all four statements.
Yeah.
Not sure you enjoyed that one any more than you'd enjoyed the first one.
No, I enjoyed that one more, I think.
You did?
I'm more confident with this one, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, let's talk to the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the four statements, and next to them are Martin's answers. Mike, has he done well?
I think on this round he's done extremely well and he's got perfection, Nick.
Hillary, a perfect round?
I'm actually questioning C. I think that might be true.
OK. Martin, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all four statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Just two of the four, which means you failed to achieve perfection again. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Martin's answers. You need to change two of them. Which two is up to you?
Well, I'd say C. I think it's jockeys that are on the flat that have to be less than 10 stone, but National Hunt jockeys should weigh more than 10 stone, yes.
That's plausible.
So I think that should be true.
A is definitely right. He's got that right.
Yeah, because
Yes,
it's Birmingham,
because
isn't
it's
it?
Birmingham
And
New
that's
Street,
Debbie
yes.
McGee, isn't it?
No, it's Debbie McGee, yeah, that's
Debbie
right,
McGee,
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
that's
that's
right.
right.
So it's got to be C and D.
Mike?
Yeah. C, we think, is true, Nick.
C changes from false to true?
Yeah. And D, we think, is false.
D changes from true to false, leaving A and B as Martin first answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. New Street is Manchester's main railway station. Is that true or false? It is false. In actual fact, it's Birmingham, as you all were fairly sure. Paul Daniels married his assistant, Debbie Gibson. Is that true or false? That's false as well. It was, as you all said, Debbie McGee. National hunt jockeys must weigh at least 10 stone. Is that true or false? Yep, it's true. You're right, Hillary.
Well done.
And royal jelly is a substance produced by queen bees. You know what's happening here. True or false? It's false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection again. You're absolutely right. The worker bees produce the royal jelly to feed to the queen bee. So, tough one again. Usual suspects have succeeded where you failed. They've stolen the round. Usual suspects. You now have the opportunity to make Martin's chances of winning the prize fund of £3,000 harder still. Let's see the final board. 2 on there, chosen by the usual suspects, and because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. Which 2 would you like Martin to play in the final?
What about general elections?
I was going to say that very thing.
Yeah?
General elections.
Guy?
Thank you. General elections goes across.
What about word origins?
Yeah, that's a fairly obscure thing, isn't it?
Isn't it, really? Yeah.
Word origins, Nick.
Thank you. Word origins goes across. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the second round. It's time to switch you off, though. Bye. Martin, with the usual suspects gone, the trick is to win this last round to make sure that you get to choose
At least one, yeah, couple.
a couple that you can take in of your choice, yeah? You ready to play?
I am, yeah.
Let's press on. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. Titus Oates was an Antarctic explorer.
Titus Oates. False.
False. Gymnophobia is the fear of nudity.
I'm going to say false for that. I can't see that being right.
False. Harold Wilson owned a yacht called Morning Cloud.
That's definitely false because it was Edward Heath.
False. And finally, Ben Elton directed the first Mr. Bean movie.
I'm going to go true for that. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, true.
True, thank you. And with time to spare, once again, you've answered all 4 statements. Time for us to chat to the usual suspects again. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Martin's answers. Guy, has he achieved perfection?
I'm not so sure. I think B might be true.
Hillary?
I think A should be true.
Lovely. Moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. Just the 2 again. Not perfection for you. Usual suspects, can you steal the round?
Yeah.
You can see Martin's answers. You need to change 2 of them. Which 2 is it going to be?
I don't think Captain Oates' first name was Titus. There was Oates who went to the Antarctic
He did, yeah.
died on the way back.
Yeah.
But was his name...
Titus.
How many-
No, I think Titus was somebody in previous historical...
Gosh.
OK.
Oh, in that case,
But I'm not
guys, I don't
sure.
know.
So that would leave B and D.
OK, I need an answer, so...
B is true, we think, Nick.
B changes from false to true.
Yeah, and D changes from true to false. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Leaving A and C as answered by Martin. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Titus Oates was an Antarctic explorer. Is that true or false? It's false. Lawrence Oates was the Antarctic explorer. In fact, the chap who actually said, I'm going out, I may be some time. That was him. OK, gymnophobia is a fear of nudity. True or false? Yep, it's true. Harold Wilson owned a yacht called Morning Cloud. Is that true or false? It is false.
Well done.
Who did you say it was, Martin?
It's Edward Heath.
Edward Heath, you're absolutely right. And finally, Ben Elton directed the first Mr. Bean movie. True or false? It's false. Congratulations,
Right,
usual
well done,
suspects.
Ben.
You've
Well
achieved
done.
perfection
Well
again.
done. Yeah, you got that one.
It was Mel Smith who actually directed the movie from Alas, Smith and Jones, for those of you that are old enough to remember that series out. OK, usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Martin's chances of winning the prize fund that much harder. Let's see the final board. 4 subjects already chosen, all chosen by the usual suspects, and because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 subject categories to add to that board. Which 2 would you like him to play in the final?
What should we go for then? Military?
military, although he could have sort of ranks
Do you
with being
reckon?
in the fire
Yes,
service.
yes, he could
but
do. Military?
military for number 5.
Lovely, military goes across.
Music shows. I was going to say
Yeah,
that.
I
Music
think that's a good
shows.
one, yeah. And music shows.
Music shows, thank you very much. Over that goes too. So we now know our 6 final categories. They are Napoleonic Wars, textiles, general elections, word origins, military, and music shows. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. Cheerio. And away they go. Martin. You don't look, you're very comfortable with that little lot.
I'm not at all, no.
You haven't chosen a single
No,
subject in the final yourself.
No.
And let's face it, with £3,000 at stake, it's worth having a go, isn't
It's
it?
definitely worth having a punt, yeah.
Yep, it's time to play the final. Martin, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £3,000. If you fail, however, you'll be leaving with nothing. It will be, however, great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £4,000 on the next game. You ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Let's play the final round.
Okay.
Martin, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £3,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in.
Right.
Understand?
I do, yeah.
Good. Let's reveal your first statement. I need you to tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Napoleonic Wars. The Battle of Waterloo took place on a Sunday.
There's just something at the back there that's saying that is true. I'm going to go true with that, Nick, yeah.
True. Thank you. Textiles. Cotton is produced by sheep.
I'm going to say false on that one, Nick.
False.
Yeah.
General elections. The Conservative Party won over 300 seats in 2010.
I think they were just short of 300. I'm going to go false. I think they were just short, about 2.
False.
Yeah, false on that one.
Word origins. Checkmate is from the Persian word for war play.
I believe that to be true.
True.
Yeah.
Military. Arthur Harris was commander of the Navy in World War II.
Not a clue on that. Again, I'm going to have a punt and say true.
True. And finally, music shows. Jimmy Young hosted the first ever Top of the Pops.
Jimmy Young. I think Jimmy Young, Savile. False. I think it's Jimmy Savile.
OK, false. Martin, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yeah.
Which ones are you unsure of?
Obviously a punt with E. Possibly 2. I'm not sure about.
B&E. All right, let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Martin's answers. Martin, your answers are now locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Martin has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Martin, who would you like to hear from first?
I'll go with Hillary, please.
Hi, Martin.
Hi.
I'm pretty certain that you've got 2 wrong. One, I'm quite certain of the answer, but the other one I'm very unsure of, and I would be reluctant to come down and give you my help, I'm afraid.
Reluctant, or you
Yeah.
won't?
I won't.
You thought we could narrow that down fairly quickly.
Right, yeah.
OK, who would you like to hear from next?
Guy, please.
There's one on here which I would have guessed in a different direction to you. I'm not sure whether you know that one, in which case more for me, or whether you guessed as well, in which case we're just both stabbing in the dark. But yeah, I'm not so confident with this set of questions that I think it might be better if I just held out for a better board of my own, hopefully.
OK, no worries.
I think you're saying no.
Yeah.
OK, yeah. And go on, Mike.
Martin, you've definitely got 2 wrong on there. Another 2, I'm afraid I'm not sure of, so on this occasion, I'm afraid I can't help you out.
I'm offering you £2,000
Of
the 3.
the 3,000.
Of the 3.
Well, that's a very generous offer.
It is, and I'm very grateful for the offer, but I'm not sure of 2 of those, although you have, I'm afraid, got 2 wrong, Martin.
I'll go to 2.5, Mike, if you'll come out.
No, I won't, I'm afraid, Martin.
Is it fair to say now that none of you will come down?
No.
That's true, sorry.
There you go. I'm afraid that's it. They've stepped away.
Yeah.
Now, you tried very hard with the negotiation, but it has come to an end, plainly. Martin, none of your usual suspects are willing to help. So, you're on your own. £3,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Right, let's start at the top and work our way through, shall we? The Battle of Waterloo took place on a Sunday. You said something at the back of your mind said that that was true. Is it true or false? It's true. Sunday, the 18th of June, 1815. In actual fact, now we go on to B. Cotton is produced by sheep. We need this to turn red for you. Is it true or false? It is false, of course. Cotton is actually from a plant. You pick cotton, and of course wool is from the sheep.
That's right, yeah.
The Conservative Party won over 300 seats in 2010. You thought they crept in just under 300. So, you said false, we needed to turn red. Is it true or false? No, it's actually true. 307, they crept just over 300. So I can see how you might have got confused on that. Just over 300, just under 300, but it's made all the difference here, I'm afraid. Martin, I'm afraid you've not achieved perfection, which means you'll be going home with no cash at all. How are you doing at home? Have you achieved perfection? Let's push on and find out. Checkmate is from the Persian for war play. You thought that might be true. Is it true or false? It's false, I'm afraid. It's from The King is Down, or The King is Dead. Mixed translation, but it's not actually war play as a translation. Right. Moving on. Arthur Harris was commander of the Navy in World War II. You said true. Perhaps if we've used his nickname, Bomber Harris, that might have given you a different clue. Anyway, is it true or false? It's false. Of course, Bomber Harris was commander of the RAF.
Yeah.
Jimmy Young hosted the first ever Top of the Pops. Is that true or false? You thought it might be Jimmy Savile, so you went false. Is it true or false? It was false. Well done. You were absolutely right. And it was first hosted by?
Jimmy Savile, was it? Yeah.
Jimmy Savile, New Year's Day, 1964. Well done. Congratulations. Look, 3 out of 6. You've hit 50% on what I think was a right rotten selection of statements to actually have to deal with. And you can thank those very happy-looking people up there. Because the usual suspects, that's really good for you. You played the game very well. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £4,000. Looking forward to that.
Indeed, yeah.
Of course, there'll be a new usual suspect in, and it looks to me like you become a little family up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting very cosy.
Martin, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. I hope you've enjoyed playing, though.
Very much so, yeah, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martin. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £4,000. I'll tell you what, it's not easy to win, though. Remember, on this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
Who was the eccentric King Ludwig II? Julia Bradbury discovers more on a scenic walk in the Bavarian Alps tonight at 7. Back home next on BBC Two, another Antiques road trip.